Good day. I think my lovely students, cherished students, we have discussed a lot of issues relating to governance, and today I want us to talk briefly also about leadership, all in pursuit of the course you are undertaking under me, governance and leadership, in the University of Ghana. I think it's been said, and I subscribe to that view, that the problem, a key problem with many African countries, a major problem of many developing countries, is leadership. And anytime we talk about leadership, people misconstrue its real meaning. I want to submit that leadership is not coterminous with headship. The fact that you have a head of an organization does not make that head a leader. He may just be a simple manager, but leadership means a lot. And that is why it is important for us to even appreciate that concept. Once you appreciate it, if somebody tells you that the problem with Africa is leadership, then I'm sure you would understand, so that in future those watching me and my students who will be watching or listening to me would appreciate the need for all of us to build leadership, to ensure there is leadership as one key solution to help us tackle the quagmires of poverty and underdevelopment in our continent. And so I've always said, the fact that your father is the head of your family does not make your father a leader of the family. The fact that you have a president of a republic does not make the president a leader. The fact that you have a founder of a church does not necessarily make the founder a leader. The fact that a lecturer sits in the lecture hall, stands in the lecture hall, and gives a lecture does not make the lecturer a leader of the class. Now, when we talk about leadership, listen to the definition. It is one's ability to inspire confidence in a people and to influence these people to give enthusiastic cooperation to help him or her achieve a certain predetermined goal that may have been set. That is leadership. Ability to inspire confidence in a people, influence such people so that the people are ever ready to give enthusiastic cooperation to help whoever the leader is to achieve the goal that may have been set. That is leadership. It has nothing to do with headship. A head of an organization may never be able to inspire confidence in the people. He may never be able to influence people. He may never be able to elicit enthusiastic cooperation from the people to help him succeed. And so, leadership, if you want to look at the key words, is number one, inspiring confidence. See, there are people who lead you. When you listen to them, they inspire confidence in you. And there are people, when you listen to them, they demoralize you. So if somebody is parading on the corridors of power as a leader, when the person speaks, the person should be able to ginger you, to inspire confidence in yourself, and to let you feel that, look, you can do something, you can help the person to achieve whatever goal that may have been set. That's why Barack Obama kept saying, yes, we can. Anytime he spoke, said, yes, we can. It's a way of inspiring confidence in people. If you get a leader or somebody who parades or see himself or herself as a leader, anytime he speaks to you, he talks you down. Anytime he speaks, he creates a certain situation that makes you feel hopeless and sad. Then the person is not a leader. He may be a simple political manager. He may just be a simple head of an institution, but not a leader. Again, the person should be able to influence you to do the kinds of things he wants you to do. And so if a goal is set, a confidence is inspired in you, and the person is also able to influence you, things that ideally you wouldn't have done, because there is a certain inspired confidence in you, you are also influenced to do it, to help the person leading to attain a goal that may have been set. Very, very key. Very, very key. Oftentimes, you listen to leaders in Africa, they speak and you become demoralized. And once you are demoralized, you don't feel inspired. There's been several times, if you look at Ghana's political history, Kwame Nkrumah knew how to make speeches that got people inspired. Jerry John Rawlings knew how to make speeches that got people inspired. Kutwe Champong, in his repudiation of foreign debts, also could make speeches that got people inspired. And then other leaders, if you look at the Fourth Republic, there's been some leaders who have also spoken to get people inspired. But generally, if you look at the totality of our leaders in Africa, when they speak, the followers, the support base, and the people, many at times, do not get inspired. And that's how come then people would want to argue, including myself, that sometimes the major problem of African development is lack of leadership. People do not get inspired too much, and people are not influenced. Look at Ghana. How many support base of even the ruling elites get inspired and influenced by the projects, by the vision, and by the ideas, by the programs of their president? It is always like they are governing, we are sitting somewhere, we are followers. And people are not so much inspired, they are not so much influenced to help in achieving the goal of the person who presides over us. It's very problematic of leadership. But the third key expression of phrase is enthusiastic cooperation. So we are saying ability to inspire confidence in the people, influence them such that they are ever willing to give enthusiastic cooperation to help you achieve a predetermined goal. That's leadership. So the idea of enthusiastic cooperation, the kinds of things that followers will do when you have not even instructed them to do to help you succeed. There's no leadership if people would just listen to instructions and do what they've been told to do. But there is a lot of leadership demonstrated if you have inspired confidence in the people, influence them to the point that they are willing to give enthusiastic cooperation to do the kinds of things that you've not even told them to do, but they will do those things just to help you to be able to succeed and to achieve your goal. And so we must look at the caliber of political leaders who have led us as a nation. Have they been able to elicit the kind of enthusiastic cooperation, not even among the totality of the citizenry, but among the core people they are governing with? Oftentimes, you see leaders, presidents, standing for a certain ideal, and you see the very people he's ruling and governing with doing things that go contrary to the ideals of the president. It means you've not been able to inspire confidence in them, you've not been able to influence them, and you've not been able to elicit enthusiastic cooperation from them. And so you have a president touting his credentials that, as for me, I am incorruptible. No problem. But to what extent has this incorruptibility influenced the people you are working with? To what extent? Let's not even talking about the totality of the population, but the very people you are even governing with. How have they been influenced by your incorruptibility? And what are the kinds of things they are doing to give enthusiastic cooperation to lend credence to your incorruptibility? That's a key question that we have to ask. If we're able to get answers to this, then we have leadership. Otherwise, we parade people on the corridors of power who are just heads. They are just heads and managers, but they are not leaders. And so I am saying that if Africa, the leaders of Africa, will be able to inspire confidence in their people and let their people feel that all hopes are not lost and that they can do it, they can contribute their quota to bringing about Africa's development. That's number one. If African leaders will strive to positively shape the attitude of their followers by influencing them to think about the goals that they have set for national development. And if African leaders will be able to do some of these things to also bring about enthusiastic cooperation amongst their support base, among the people they are governing with, then Africa will go places. Because you have people doing all that they can, even when you've not instructed them, to help you to succeed, to help you to achieve a predetermined goal. But so the question is, how do we bring about the influence over people? How do we inspire confidence in the people? And how do we elicit or generate enthusiastic cooperation among the people we seek to lead? Sometimes it is manifest, or sometimes it is done, or leadership is demonstrated in oration, the way the person speaks. Sometimes people are gifted with oratory skills and they have a lot of command of the problem, over the problem confronting the people, and they also can proffer adequate solution. When you are able to demonstrate such oratorial command over the problems confronting the people and over the solutions that can be implemented, sometimes it inspires a certain confidence in the people, and it influences them to want to give you enthusiastic cooperation when you become their leader. And so, before getting the nod to lead a people, the kinds of things you say, your command over the issues, the level of intelligence you demonstrate would sort of inspire confidence. It would influence people to want to give you enthusiastic cooperation. The other bit has got to do with how people who want to be leaders are seen to be demonstrating that they reflect the interests of the people. They are able to associate with the people they are seeking to lead. In Africa, if you're a leader, what we know is that you are supposed to be in your V8 vehicle, and then you should be at the top there. The followers should be at the down. You don't do so to become a leader. If you do so, you are not able to inspire confidence in the people. You don't influence them, and they will not give you enthusiastic cooperation. Back in the days, Kwame Nkrumah was talking about veranda boys and girls, thought about affiliating the CPP with groups that had been marginalized, the commoners, trying to associate the CPP and himself with the common people. My father tells me that if you fall, it is the common people who will lift you up. And so if you're a leader, you should be able to identify yourself naturally with the interest of the common people. If you do so, then you'll be able to inspire confidence in them, and then you would influence them, and when you win, they will give you enthusiastic cooperation to help you to succeed. So the extent to which you're able to demonstrate that you belong to the commoners, the extent to which you are able to show that the interests of the commoners are at the core of whatever you are doing, would help you to show, will determine the extent to which you go in your quest to becoming a leader. See, Jerry Rawlings, even when he had staged a coup and people were being killed, you had some students going on demonstration insisting that more people should be killed and Jerry Rawlings should let the blood flow. You see, and when he assumed the reins of power, I think during the AFRC regime and the AFRC PNDC regime, at one point in time in our political history, students of the three main universities students of the three main universities, University of Ghana, University of Science and Technology, University of Cape Coast, they boycotted lectures and they went into the hinterlands to carry cocoa at their back to the places where they could easily be transported to the city centers and to be shipped for export so that we could get some foreign exchange to run the country. Ask yourself, how many students of these three universities now are willing to do so, boycott lectures and to help a leader? But how did Rawlings do this? Because we're told that oftentimes he was seen chatting with students. Before he staged his school to become head of state, he was oftentimes seen with students, them identifying with them, eating with them, listening to them. And so when he became a leader, or when he became the head of state, people were willing to give enthusiastic cooperation to help him succeed. So if you claim to be a leader and you are unable to elicit enthusiastic cooperation amongst those people you are governing with and amongst your followers, then there is a deficit in your type of leadership. Very key. And so generally, or basically, this is what we call leadership. And for me, if students understand, if people understand the whole idea of leadership, I mean, part of our problem as a developing country is solved. If those who parade on the corridors of power would appreciate the real essence of leadership and what it takes for one to be called a leader, and they would do things to help them satisfy those benchmarks of leadership, then we'll go places as a developing country. When we talk about leadership, you see, there are some basic elements that must also be shown in leadership. Every leader must know the dogmas of hard work. You cannot be a leader and then you are lazy. So leaders who are truly worth their salt, they know how to work hard. They go to the office very early, they work and close very late. It's a leader. A leader must also have excellent communication skills, ability to say what you mean and mean what you say, without ambiguity, without being misunderstood. A mark of leadership. And then a leader must have a vision. And when we talk about a vision, it appears so many people do not have a firm or fair appreciation of what a vision is. When we talk about a vision, it is not a mission. Vision is to be distinguished from a goal. A vision is not an objective. A vision is not a target. A vision is not an aim. A vision is explained in terms of an ideal worldview of a situation. An ideal worldview of a situation, or a perfect picture of something that somebody wants to strive to achieve. Now, take note of this. When we say something is an ideal, it means it is something that is not real. An ideal is a utopia. Now, and then when we say perfection, you know that under the sun, there can be no perfection. You can have an ideal, you can have ideals, you can strive to become perfect, but I mean, definitely you cannot fully achieve perfection. So when we say there is a vision, you see, it is like creating a certain picture of an ideal, a certain perfect idealistic picture that would help you, will guide your performance and achievement beyond mediocrity. Now, you see, the single most distinguishing feature between a vision and all the other targets and goals and aims that we set for ourselves is that whereas the targets, aims, and goals can be achieved, a vision cannot be achieved. Let's take note of this. And when you say these things, people feel it doesn't make sense, but that is what makes a vision a vision. a vision cannot be achieved. It is about an ideal, okay? An ideal of perfection that, though cannot be achieved, must urge and guide performance and guide achievement beyond mediocrity. So that if you hear somebody saying the sky is my limit, nobody touches the sky. The person knows he can't touch the sky, but it means the person is visionary. He wants to go high, 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 high. So vision is like a chimera. The more you go towards it, the farther it goes away from you. But it doesn't mean you should give up. You should keep going until you get to a point that you say you can no longer go, and people applaud that you've gone far. But you, a visionary, you feel that you've not even achieved anything. And so, where there is leadership, and leaders are visionary, they don't tout their achievements. It is people who see what they have done and they tout it. But the leaders themselves, they feel they have done nothing because they have visions. I don't know whether you get it, but they have vision that urges them to do more. And so whatever they do, they themselves cannot applaud themselves. It is we, the followers, who look at what they want to do. The person wants to climb and touch the sky, but he's been able to climb and got into Mount Afagato or Mount Kilimanjaro. We at the down who have not climbed will clap, but he himself is not happy. And so if you see somebody touting, well, I've done this, I've done that, I've done this, and this is not something that is tangibly reflected in the lives of people, and the people themselves are not giving such testimonies, it means the person has failed. Whatever he or she may have done is just a facade, is just propaganda. And that is what we know in Africa. In the lead up to elections, we tout certain achievements that are merely propagandistic. We construct roads, and 6 months they get in their worst form. Everything is for the there's military people called eye service. Everything is something that we do and we tout, and they are not achievements that we ourselves can put our soul in them. But where a leader has really led, where a leader who is visionary has led, he himself is disappointed in himself that, look, I wanted to do even more than what you are celebrating. And so he himself will not tout his achievement. Very key. So leadership is up. It's about ability to inspire confidence in the people, to influence them, and to the point that they are willing to give enthusiastic cooperation to make a leader or a person achieve a predetermined goal that may have been set. That is one. A leader must have excellent communication skills. He must work hard, and he must always be visionary. Very important. So don't ask the question, but if a vision cannot be achieved, why should we have it? It must be there to guide performance and achievement beyond mediocrity. So I always tell my students to go and read the visionary statement of many organizations. I know a woman who operates a charity organization in the US, who has a vision statement. A vision statement is to see a world without poverty. What she does is every month, periodically, she gives out money to people who are destitute, people who are unemployed, and he tries to take care of them through the charity organization. And the vision is to see a world without poverty. But from creation up to now, even Jesus Christ said the poor would always be with us. So if somebody says, I want to see a world without poverty, it means the person wants to do whatever he or she is doing to reduce poverty, but he wants to do more. You may never be able to end poverty in the world, but if you have that vision, you go far in a journey aimed at ending poverty. And so I would end the first bit of this lecture here, and then I will briefly, in the next lecture, talk about theories of leadership and types of leadership. Thank you very much.